Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Nancy Beauvair here with Agape and NEXsteps. Now those of you who have been following me, who are my subscribers on this channel, know that typically I have been providing videos that give a lot of practical advice about things that we maybe need to pay attention to, especially when it comes to our legacy and lifestyle planner. I mean, it makes sense since that's what I am. But today, pun intended, I'm going to make a departure from the norm. Today I wanted to talk about something fun. I wanted to talk to you today about travel, especially for those of us who are 55 plus. I think most of you will agree that there's nothing quite like the opportunity to travel. Our globe has opened up so much. There are so many things that we can do, people we can go meet, places to see. We have the opportunity now to visit some of these epic destinations that only a couple of generations ago were inaccessible. So our opportunities really are only limited by our own imagination, our own budget, and our own other limitations that we may place on ourselves. Now, in this video, I'm going to give some highlights, but as usual, I also have an article on my website that you can hop over and visit, and it's going to have a lot more details and a lot more tips. So I'd like you to hop over there after you've watched the video and check out the article. So let's jump right into it. One of the first things you should consider when you're planning your travel is what type of travel appeals to you most. There are guided tours, there's self-directed tours, there are cruises, there's complete independent travel, just book it yourself, make all of your arrangements yourself. It's really unlimited what you can do. You can do a combination of all of those. The thing is that you have to make sure that you do what is most comfortable for you. Are you a planner? Do you like to make those kinds of arrangements and create all of the reservations yourself? Or would you rather just pay a tour company, figure out where you want to go, give them the money, and leave all those logistical issues to them? Again, it's up to you. Some people love cruises. I haven't been on a cruise, but I haven't been on a cruise because it doesn't appeal to me. Who knows, if I ever end up on a cruise, maybe it'll change my mind. But at this point in my life, I'd rather have an on-land experience. But again, to each their own. You also have to make sure that you are going to be safe and secure where you're traveling and when you're traveling. Now, some of these adventures will take you to places that maybe are not what you're used to. You may have some concerns about your safety or about hydration or about the governments there. I mean, obviously you don't want to travel if there is civil or political unrest in a country. But sometimes things can happen and something can happen while you're there. So be prepared and make your choice wisely. One of the most exciting things about travel is that you have the opportunity to engage with people that you normally wouldn't engage with. Now that can be the locals, it can be the artisans, it can be the shopkeepers at your destination, but it can also be your fellow travelers. When you travel, you have the opportunity to meet people and engage with them in a way where you're sharing already a common interest. And it can create bonds. I know that, it's 20 years ago now, I was traveling and met a motorcycle policeman who was from France, and we still email and communicate. So you can create these experiences and these connections that can be lifelong. A lot of people who haven't had the opportunity or haven't made the choice to travel are pleasantly surprised as well when they finally step out of their comfort zone and actually do something like that. A friend of mine recently just took her first trip on her own. She chose a guided tour. She came back and she just had the best time. She met some wonderful people. She enjoyed the experience of visiting another country, exploring that culture. She said that she loved the camaraderie that she developed with her fellow travelers. She's in her 70s. If you have been hesitating taking a trip, maybe think about that. Maybe you want to take a look at doing this travel before the opportunities don't exist for you any longer because of potentially health reasons or age. Now, the ironic thing about this article and this video is that I've approached this to appeal to the travelers who are 55 years of age and over. However, when you go and you take a look at the tips in the article, I think what you'll find is that the tips and the opportunities that travel presents to us are not just for those of us who are 55 plus. The tips and the opportunities and the absolute excitement appeal across all age ranges. The tips that are on there will be the same tips whether you're 20 or whether you're 60. Aside from the fact that maybe you have to pace yourself a little bit more and maybe you want to have accommodation in a bit more comfortable place. I know that a lot of people would travel in their 20s and they would stay at hostels, youth hostels, and sleep in a sleeping bag on the floor. I don't know of that many people who in their 50s and 60s and 70s would be that comfortable sleeping on the floor. But the rest of the tips, the rest of the experiences, they cross all age boundaries. Let's face it, meeting new people, experiencing different cultures and the flavors and the architecture and the history. That's what this is all about. It's never too late to enjoy and engage and learn. Thanks very much. Please hop over to the website, check out the article. While you're there, you might want to subscribe to my newsletter. That way you will get a notification every time I put out a new article or a new video. And if you're so inclined, please hit the subscribe button here or like it or share it with your friends. Thanks very much. Bye for now.